How's it going, guys? We're here for another Rust weekly update, and we've got a new item and a couple of changes to some different things here. So our first new item is the bulletproof glass. So this can go ahead and be stuck in a window frame. It has the same like glass breaking as the shopfront would, but can't actually be shot from. So, you can't actually shoot someone through it. Bullets aren't going to go through. It's just for your viewing pleasure. Now, the shopfront still has more health. It's 500 versus 750. Also, the shopfront is a default blueprint where the bulletproof glass window isn't, and you have to learn to research it. So I think that's a little bit backwards right now. I think maybe, if they're both, I don't know, maybe this shouldn't need to be researched, or it needs to have a better value. I'm not entirely sure right now. They need to kind of balance it. What do you guys think about it? You have to spend the time to find and then research it for 75 scrap. We'll go ahead and take a look at the cost of it, and we can't because we don't know it. So we'll go ahead and we'll grab some scrap, which is under resources, and we'll go ahead and grab a extra window, and we'll grab a research bench. So we'll get all this going here. Put the bench down, and as you'll see, it requires 75 scrap and workbench level 1, like I said. So yeah, that's a little bit weird because, shopfront is default. Now, of course, shopfront costs more. It's 250 scrap. So this one, I believe, is only 100? No, 50. So it is cheaper, but you have to learn it. So I don't know. What's the benefit there? Now, there's one thing that's been bothering me for a really long time, and I'm sure it's irritated you guys, but when you're trying to shoot out of a window, you kind of, the bar just gets in the way. And with this, they made the bars a lot skinnier. I also feel like it's up a little bit higher, and you can actually just shoot straight through the window without the bar being in the way, where previously it was almost right perfectly in front of the reticle. So you either had to put a box to like shoot down, or you had to, kind of figure something else out. So it's a little change that didn't seem, I think went past a lot of people, but it's really nice. And I like the fact that it's no longer blocking your aim. So that's a nice little change up right there. The other thing is you can now click over armor pieces and see what they do. So it says, 35% gun, etc., etc. The bandana has been reduced. You can also now click on them and it says what it protects and then how much from each different thing. The bandana can also now be worn with a riot helmet, the wood helmet, and the bucket helmet, but therefore the bandana itself takes a little bit less gives a little less protection, I should say, than it used to. So, that's kind of a nice change in the right direction. Also, you'll notice that if you go to attachments and so forth, they will now show you what they're worth. So, whoa, that is, I think our button is stuck. There we go. Laser sight. Okay, that's not working, so we'll go ahead and just give ourselves one. So we'll do the couple of attachments here. When you have them, you can click on them, and it says accuracy plus 44%. Over here, fire rate plus 10, velocity minus 10, damage minus 10. So it kind of shows all the little stats there, which is kind of nice. It's also been added for the food items, so it will say, on the seeds and so forth, they have a proper description, how much water is required, what you get from them. The pumpkin here, it's going to give you your stats, plus poison plus 1. That's a little bit weird. I'm not entirely sure what that one's supposed to be. I guess if you're poisoned, it will give you plus 1 health. I don't know. That's a little bit weird right there. But another nice little change has been to the tree minigame. So that was added new last week, and a lot of people had some frustrations with it, and it's just been made a little bit better. It's going to pick one direction and go in it, but apparently not. I don't know what's going on with that. Let's go ahead and try another tree. So it's gonna, there we go. Kind of go in one direction. It's gonna keep a better height, and it has just a little bit more of a smooth kind of feel to it. The other thing people were complaining about is the tree sounds were just awful, and they've been working on fixing that. It sounds a lot better. It's not deafening and it doesn't kill you. So a lot of people's ears were being destroyed by the new sounds. Of course, those were placeholders, and they've worked pretty hard on getting the new sounds working nicely for us. Besides that, there's been a ton of optimizations. You guys should hopefully see a little bit better performance. You also might notice that your hair has changed. For my character here, it hasn't. It is exactly the same, but you'll see they kind of worked on a couple more styles right here and here. And they're going to try to work in a way of cutting, styling, changing, dyeing the hair and so forth. So that is in the future, and that's something that I know everyone wants. So that'll be cool there. They're talking about maybe doing an age thing with beards and hair growth. They don't really know what they're doing quite yet. But, you know, it's still out there, it's still hanging around, and it's not, you know, finished at all the way it is. So that's really cool there. Next up, we've got the building 3.0, and right now they've worked on implementing the half blocks. So you'll be able to build half walls. Foundations will also stack next to each other at half height, and you can use the said half wall to make the difference up so that you don't have weird lopsided buildings or uneven roofs and so forth. They are also, though, nerfing the fact that you can put ceilings anywhere inside of your building and use as extra honeycombing, because ceilings will now count as the walls as well, so you can't stack walls on ceilings. So, you know, there's a lot of balancing going into it. I'm going to be very interested to see what's up with the building 3.0. And we'll just have to see what's going there. But I'm definitely happy to see a new type of building block put into the game. It's better than what we used to have with half blocks, and it's quite nice. I'm glad to see it again. So that's really cool there. Finishing off with the video here, we've got the new Radtown that's been worked on for a while, and it is the Junkyard. According to the dev blog, we might see it this next Force Wipe in December, and it is really cool looking. I love the look of it. There's crazy barbed wire everywhere. There's all sorts of busted up machines, helicopters, and cars all around. It's a really cool looking Radtown, and I can't wait to see it in game. But that does it, guys. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week to see what we got going on there. And as always, thanks for checking out the video. Be sure to share it with your friends, and do me a favor and like that video. Tune in with that bell notification if you haven't already to make sure you don't miss them, and we will see you next week.